there are big changes ahead, and I have been walking around with this idea for many years, and never it ever felt like it was the right time until now. So let me just walk you through the process and what happened, and then there will be the announcement what is actually changing. And what is changing is actually quite a big part of my business is going to be released in a way. So what ended up happening last week on the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, the one that I said was like really special, and you will be able to get downloads and information and insights. And that day I laid down for a yoga nidra, which I do very often. And I remember in that yoga nidra, I saw myself standing at the edge of a cliff. And I heard the words, jump and you will fly. So what I did is I jumped and I spread out my arms. And in that moment, I could feel wings growing from my arms. And I was soaring down the mountain towards the ocean. And then at moments I would like put my arms at the sides of my body, and then I would go into a free fall, and then I would open up my arms again. And I did that several times. But before that, I got a really clear download of something that I've been dabbling with and maybe doing, maybe not doing. And it came through so clear. I was like, oh shit, this has to happen. Not has to, but this is so strong that I feel like this is the right time to do this. It's also such a beautiful synchronicity. The moment that I decided to start doing this, I felt so much synchronicity from double-digit numbers, from the moment I said something, a song would play. And it was almost like an answer to literally what I just said. I had people reaching out to me, sending me certain things, showing me certain things. I was like, it just kept on going. The fact that intuitively I wanted to feel into when to share this, and I landed on this day. It's also not a coincidence that this is right after Easter, right after a resurrection. Because for me, it really felt like during that yoga nidra, a part of me was ready to die and to be released and to be shut off. And at the same time, I felt this new surge of energy, this enthusiasm, even though it still makes me nervous. I literally have butterflies in my stomach. I haven't had that in a while. I feel like butterflies go like, no, I'm doing this. And now I cannot back out anymore because I started this life. But in a good way, like I feel this excitement, this feeling of renewal, of being reborn. And I was just talking to one of my best friends this morning, and we talked about, and she said, I can really feel your energy, you're enthusiastic, you're like fired up. And that's really what this feels like right now. Also, so that was doing this after Easter is an interesting thing. At the same time, this is the last day of Aries season, and Aries season is about initiation, is about getting things going, starting things up. So the reason why I'm also doing this is because on the very last day I'm announcing this. So then when we're moving into Taurus season, I have had the surge of energy, of power and fire. And I think I wrote a post about this, that during a healing that I did, somebody said that they saw a lot of fire in me. Fire that was preparing the land to become more fertile again. And that really feels like this fire is now like, yes, I'm ready to go. Also, I have some astrological configurations right now that are inspiring me and urging me to make shifts and to make big decisions that will in the end lead to more sustainable business growth instead of what I've been doing right now. So here we go. This is what's been brewing. I decided to switch my business completely to Dutch, which means that a huge part of my business, which is in English, is going to end. And from now on, I will only be posting in Dutch. I'll be doing lives in Dutch. And this has been in my system for quite a few years. I think it started when I moved to Holland about 4 years ago, 3.5. But it never felt right. I was like, well, why would I do that? Why would I do business in Dutch? It never felt like this enthusiasm where I thought, yes, this is happening. This time, there's so much synchronicity and there's so much confirmation from myself, from my spirit guides, but also from people contacting me, new opportunities that show up at my doorstep, and it just felt right. I've also been craving more in-person connections. I've been craving to host live events. I've been craving to stand in front of a group of women and talk about the power of astrology in their business. And I know I think the biggest part of my following, you all peeps online are English speakers. And yet, I feel this is the right time. Also, what I've noticed over the past few years living back in the Netherlands is that this market is heavily underserved when it comes to astrology in business. And therefore, I am going to choose to switch completely to Dutch. So, for my English followers, I'm sorry. I know there are many other great astrologers that you can follow. And you can keep in touch. Every month, I will still write one newsletter in English. But for the rest, everything is going to switch to Dutch. My Facebook group, my podcast, my social media, everything will go to Dutch. And I know that many of you have been with me for many, many years. So it is scary to announce that everything is disappearing at the same time. I know that if we want to stay in touch, I mean, I still speak English. That's what I just said to my husband this morning. I still speak English. It's not like I just completely forgot how to speak English. So I will always be here. But what it means in practice, my Facebook group will also be turning Dutch. And I'll be sharing a little bit less on Facebook for I don't know how long. I'm going to focus my efforts more on Instagram because I really need to be able to direct my energy in a way that helps me the most. And that's what I intuitively got, that I can focus more on Instagram. And it's not that I'm going to completely leave Facebook. I would still be sharing. I would still be keeping you updated. I might stop sharing the daily forecasts, daily check-ins on Facebook. I might still continue with that. For me, this is really like an experiment. And that's why I wanted to share this part with you as well, especially for my Dutch followers, because you can actually continue to follow. You can hear what this process is like. And I still love you too, Rachel. And we, of course, gonna keep in touch because we've been in touch for so many years. So we will keep in touch. And if you're listening to this, and I'm always in DMs, you can always reach out to me. For me, it just means that I can really direct my energy more focused. Just a few days ago, I didn't share this, but when I made the decision, I was recording stories and I was going to type what I said. And then I realized I recorded a whole story in Dutch, which hardly ever happens, but I thought that synchronicity was just so beautiful. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to hosting in-person events I've already have my eyes on an event that I wanted to do in June, and it feels light, it feels exciting and scary. Like I said, after the butterflies are like, yeah, it's really happening. But it is. It feels like the right thing to do. It feels like this is, like I'm being called to do this because I believe that here in Holland, the Dutch market is a bit underserved when it comes to business astrology. And I've had so many opportunities come to me in the last few weeks. So that's it. That's my big news. I hope that when you're listening, you're not Dutch, reach out to me if you want to be on the email list and to keep in touch, because obviously I still have the ability to work with English speaking clients. That is not going to disappear completely. But yeah, please keep in touch. Let me know what you think. Maybe you think I'm crazy, that's fine too, but this is something that I got really channeled through me. I think the most clearest message I've ever received in when I actually started my business about 7 years ago. So this is just really, some exciting things are going to happen. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm very open to hearing any and all thoughts, and I am looking forward to what this next chapter in my business and in my life are going to bring. So, bye-bye.